I'm just gonna dig a huge hole and see if we can find water.
There's water in the hole.
What? Hey, and welcome back to Ambition Strikes. Today, Courtney and I are on the hunt for water. So traditional wells on this hill are deep, they are dry, and they are expensive. But I think I've got a harebrained idea that just might work. I'm just gonna dig a huge hole, like the biggest hole I can possibly dig back here, and see if we can get down to rock and see if we can find water. My theory is that right here where the shop is, sits in like a big bowl. We have rock spines basically 360 around us, trapping this huge pocket of dirt here, which is why there was a flat spot here to put the shop. But I also think that means that it's trapping water back here. So if we start digging, I think we're gonna hit water. And if we don't have year-round water, I know for a fact we're gonna have springtime water, because in the springtime back here, water starts just bubbling up out of the ground. This is something else. Oh! I'm the mud monster. Let's get digging. Fast forward a few hours now. We haven't found water yet, but it's getting damp, which is encouraging, so I'm gonna keep digging. This is sort of a two birds, one stone type project, because I needed this fill anyways down the hill to finish off that pad. So I figured if I'm gonna get the fill, I might as well start digging a well. All right, guys, it's a new day, so that hole I dug yesterday has been sitting overnight, and we're gonna go take a look.
That is a long way. There's water in the hole.
What?
Like, kind of a lot. Like, you can see where it's coming from, too.
I know, you see how wet it is everywhere?
So, like, I don't want to get too close to the hole with the baby, but over here, the dirt's just like a little bit wet, and then if you look over there, I mean, you can see water dripping off those rocks.
I was starting to lose hope in this project yesterday when digging all of this, because the dirt I was digging out was really dry. Yet there's water in the bottom of this hole. We have water right here, right next to our building.
At the end of summer. I think that I'm still a little bit in disbelief that there's that much water in the hole.
Okay, so the bottom of this hole is about 11 feet below the level of the shop. And because this back corner is the spot where we did a lot of excavation when we built the shop, we're already about 10 feet or so from the natural surface. So overall, about 21 feet from the natural surface to the bottom of the hole. Something I thought was interesting is as I was digging this hole, the soil really started to change, and you could see that right here behind me. It's a lot of sand and like round cobbles. This is one of the few places on this property I've seen round stone like that. In most places it's very angular, broken rock. My best guess is this is some kind of ancient riverbed that was deposited here by a glacier, and I think it's acting like a natural French drain and allowing existing water from all over this area to flow through this ancient riverbed, ending up in the lowest place it can, which is this hole that I dug. I know we keep saying it, but this is amazing. I'm so excited right now that we might have water right here. Like, it might be just this easy. I think this really is the motivation that I needed to keep making progress on this project. Good morning, guys. If you've noticed a theme on this channel, it's that when I'm excited about a project, I can't sleep. Finding water in the bottom of this hole gave me the motivation that I needed to really get started on this project. First things first, I excavated all the way around the backside so I could get the excavator around it more easily, and now I've been digging the hole. The original hole where I first found water was over here, and believe it or not, there's a big hard spine and it actually gets deeper back here. So I think my theory is right. I think that there's some kind of big rocky feature right here that's holding the water back. And if I can get behind and below that, I think I'm going to find even more water. I'm going to crawl down in the hole and see what it looks like. Okay. Not sketchy. Woo! It is nice and cool down here. It's almost dripping out. Super wet. Check it out. There's like clear water running. What I'm not sure about is, do I keep trying to dig deeper? Do I keep following the water? If I make a really big shallow well, does that capture more water, or does that give an opportunity for the water I capture to leach back to the drier spots? I don't think there is an answer to this question.
Where are you?
I'm in the hole.
I was like, he's either in the bathroom or the hole.
So the first puddle, that was overnight. This is just like an hour. In an hour, we probably have 10 gallons there. Hey, and good morning. It's been over 24 hours since that time lapse of the hole filling up with water, and let's go see what it looks like. There is a ton of water in the bottom of that hole.
Oh my goodness, we practically have a swimming hole down there.
No. So today's project is to turn this hole into a well.
We are going to pump the water into one of our old IBC totes so that we can keep track of how much water we pump out of the hole.
The pump is on.
Should I see if it's pumping?
Yeah.
I hear it! Oh yeah! We are pumping water! Oh my gosh!
The level hasn't even gone down yet. All right, we are sucking water out of our hole, and so far it doesn't even look like the water level's come down yet. Step one for my plan is to get all the water out of this hole.
I cannot believe how much water is in that hole, and it's August?
Everyone, this is Courtney's brother Chris visiting us for a while, and around here, if you visit, you get put to work. Step two, shovel all this muck out of here. Infamous jackhammer from Road version 1.0, where we tried to remove the boulders using this. But now we're gonna put it to work trying to continue our deepest spot on this hole to get our pump to sit down in this rock as best we can. What if I open up a drain hole that drains the whole well out of the well? Yeah. That's not real. Ooh, I'm getting rock.
You look like you were having fun.
I am having fun. I'm gonna toss the pump back in my now deeper hole. strong. Oh. This stuff is called filter fabric. It's commonly used for French drains and behind retaining walls and stuff. It allows the water to pass through, but it's supposed to stop at least most of the silt and dirt. Huge thanks to neighbor Greg for helping us track this stuff down. We're gonna use this to line the inside of our hole before we then backfill the hole with drain rock. To make basically we're building a French drain that we're then gonna pump the water out of. Okay.
Nice.
So should start at the bottom and get it where we want. And then we'll pull it tight at the top. Someone I ran into at the grocery store and was telling about this project recommended that I use a skill saw to cut slits in the pipe rather than drill holes because he said it's a lot harder for slits to get clogged up. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna be using this 10-inch culvert as our well casing. I chose 10-inch culvert because, well, we had it left over from another project. So we were able to pull about 90 gallons out of that hole, and that's just what accumulated over about a 24-hour period. I'm really excited to see what happens over the next couple of days with this thing. Okay, I got it. Push yours out, Chris. This is 1.25 to 2 inch washed drain rock. So it's crushed rock that's been through a wash plant to get rid of all the fines. The idea is that all the little voids between the rocks are gonna be able to fill up with water while the rock kind of supports this whole area so we don't have a massive sinkhole. Well, I ended up tearing the filter fabric with the excavator bucket, so it's time for some arts and crafts. Here's the damage done. I just ripped it right up with the excavator bucket. We're trying to decide, do we wait and test it and make sure it works before we backfill it? But then we're having this conversation of, well, but what would we do differently? So maybe we might as well just backfill it. All right, the decision has been made. We're just gonna keep on going. So then the plan now is take all this fabric, wrap it over the top of the rock, and then backfill it with dirt. Okay, listen for a splash. It is still super hot out here. I think it's 100 degrees today. You might have noticed lately that I've been running the excavator with the hood open. I've noticed that running it with the hood open really helps with the engine temperatures, but on a hot day like today, there's not really much we can do. So I'm gonna let this thing cool off a little bit. We're gonna get these boards that are supporting the culvert out of here, and I think it's time to see if we've got water in our pipe.
Hey, I can see water. Hello! Can you guys see? When Riley came to me with this idea of putting a shallow well back here, I think that I said yes, but it kind of felt like I was just indulging him because it seemed way too good to be true that there could actually be water in this hole. And I still don't want to get my hopes up because water has been one of our biggest battles since we moved here.
Do I get to do the honors?
Yeah. Say that again. This is going to sound like I am doubting you, but I'm not. But did you make sure that this setup fits in the culvert?
Yes.
Okay.
We're gonna make sure right now. think I've got it mostly untangled.
I can tell you're excited because you're rushing.
Yeah, I'm very excited. Okay. This is really like a proof of concept setup. If this actually works, we're going to be redoing this pump hose cord situation, but for now, let's just see if it works. Well, it fits, that's good. Start to hit, ready? It's definitely some water.
This is incredibly exciting. I think that we're just going to leave this overnight. We're going to walk away. We're going to mark the tote, and we're going to come back tomorrow, and we're going to see how much more water is in it.
All right, here we go. Marking the tote. So far we've pumped about, I would say, 90 gallons. We'll see what it's at tomorrow morning. See you then.
Good morning. Tomorrow is today, and we were up very early.
I think Oliver wants to know how much water we pumped out of our new well. Let's go check it out.
Check it out. Oh my gosh.
Woo!
Wow. Oh my goodness. Riley Casey,
We have a well.
that is a lot of water. It's almost double.
Almost double what we pumped out yesterday.
Well, that's where we started yesterday afternoon, and that's where we're at now.
Probably like 130 gallons.
That's incredible.
Right now we're pumping more water out of that well than we consume on a daily basis. So if this keeps up, this plan's gonna work. Well, we'll keep you updated over the next few days on the production of our new well, but I'm feeling pretty hopeful.